Hello, everybody. My guest today is Noman Siddiq. He is the CEO of Cloudlead, formerly EListGuy. He's motivated, tech-savvy, and results-driven business leader with a thirst for achieving accelerated revenue growth and a diverse client base. He's been involved in assisting SMEs with headhunting, executive search, and building comprehensive B2B databases through outsourcing. All right, Noman, are you ready to take us to the top?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what is Cloudlead and how do you make money? What's your business model?
Cloudlead is basically top of the funnel data research SaaS company that helps B2B software companies, marketing agencies, and any company that has a marketing department with finding accurate B2B contact and account database to fuel their sales and marketing team with their outbound processes.
Okay, and what do you charge per month on average?
So it depends. It varies from customer to customer. Some customer, let's say, we don't have any contractual, pricing model. It's more on the pay-as-you-go side where our customers pay for, let's say, as low as 500 leads per month. And some of our best customers pay us on an average $2,000 per month for, buying as low as 2,000 leads per month. So it depends from customers to customers. On an average, one customer pays us $2,000 per month on an average.
Okay, and how many customers have you grown to total?
So currently we have 40 full-time customers.
How many?
40.
Got it, 40. So you've grown to 40 full-time customers. So you're doing around 80 grand per month. Is that accurate?
That's right, yes.
Okay. And what's the history here? When did you launch the company?
It was launched in 2011 under the name of EListGuy, which we are trying to rebrand as Cloudlead effectively this year. I started off as a freelancer myself when I was working for an executive research firm from the US, and primarily my job was to was more on the sales development side, and my job was to identify contacts, as well as do the email campaigns, as well as follow up by phone calls. And I realized that there was a huge gap between the sales and database side, and I was basically spending 60% of my time identifying contacts from the web. And that's when I decided to start a data company. That's when I decided to actually start as a freelancer first and see what the market is like.
And so where are you in terms of the tech? In terms of the tech, what's behind the platform? Are you just paying for kind of Clearbit and full contact to enrich your web scrapers and then feeding that Excel list back to your clients?
So we have a massive database of companies that we have built so far in the last 7 years. Then we have a team of 60 plus full-time research analysts that help us source contact names from social sources using the database that we have. And then we have a Excel lead cleaner, as well as an email verifying software that allows us to organize the data that we have collected in the Excel spreadsheet using different machine learning algorithms that we've built. And simultaneously, that tool allows us to validate the email address using the SMTP outgoing server.
Yep.
For email deliverability.
Yep, that makes good sense. So you said you have 60 people full time, or what's your team size to date?
That's 60 full-time research analysts, yes, but we have non-productive, I won't say non-productive, but we have 3 people on the human resource side and 5 on the administration and finance and accounting side.
So 68
so altogether,
total?
That's like 70.
Yep. And are you bootstrapped or have you raised capital?
70, I would say. Okay, so initially when I started, it was more on the bootstrap side. I worked part-time as a freelancer, saved money, and then used the same money to start a company. Last year, we raised about $150,000 from friends and family to relaunch as Cloudlead. But that's about it, I think.
Was that debt or equity?
That was against equity, yes.
How much did they buy for 150 grand?
7% of the company.
7?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. And what is give me a sense of growth rate. So you're doing about 80 grand per month today, December 2016
Mm-hmm.
December 2017. What were you doing a year ago?
Mm-hmm. A year ago, it was 40 to 45,000 per month, and close to $500,000 a year.
Okay, sorry, you said 40,000 a month?
That's right, $40 to $45,000 a month.
And what's driven most of the growth? You've doubled year over year. How are you landing new customers?
Okay, so as of now, in the last 7 years, we've significantly grown from referrals only. So let's say, people change jobs all the time. So, and we typically work very closely with sales and marketing professionals, head of marketing or head of sales from the company. So every time they changed their jobs, they took my contact information with them, and that's how we grew with them. And it was more like a referral based network where we had leads coming into us versus we going out until this year when we started rebranding with a new name of Cloudlead, and we have hired a team of sales development. We're trying to build a team of sales development reps and scaling up on our outbound processes.
Mm-hmm. And what are you, considering you're scaling your team here and your growth, what are you spending right now to acquire a customer?
As of now, it's next to nothing. It's little to nothing, a very minimal amount of money. We're allocating budget for next year, starting off January 2018, where we plan to invest on trade shows, exhibitions, conferences, meetups, and outbound prospecting efforts, as well as a little bit of inbound.
Mm-hmm. Well, so right now you don't have any salespeople, no marketing people, and you're not doing any paid spend.
No, we do have 2 marketing people and 1 salesperson.
Okay, so you do have a cost. You add up their salaries over the past 12 months,
Yes.
and then divide the new customers into those salaries.
I would say it would roughly be $12,000 to $15,000 per year.
Okay, so altogether, I think you just said their salaries are 12 to 15 grand per year. So if I multiply times 3 on the high side, that's 45 grand a year. And you have 40 customers. I assume you doubled. So let's say you got 20 last year. So 20 into the 45,000, you could say what you're spending, call it, what is that? About $2,000 to acquire a customer.
Closely, roughly you could say that, yes.
Well, the reason I'm asking is you raised capital and you want to scale. So, how do you think about customer acquisition costs in terms of scaling your team and scaling your paid spend channels?
I'm sorry, I lost you there. Could you please repeat that again?
Yeah. So, I'm asking these CAC questions to better understand how you're thinking about growth. You're going to do more spend next year. You're trying to bring on new people. Are you not looking at CAC?
Yes, we're looking at CAC, and then for the next year, I have aggressive plans of maybe setting up a company in the US by summer next year, where I want to go live with the sales development team in the US versus here in Karachi or Dubai, because I feel if you hire a sales team in the US, they would better understand the importance of data versus hiring a sales team here. So I think we are allocating a budget of at least $1.5 million for the next year to set up a company in the US, to hire a team and go live with full-time sales from the US versus Dubai or Karachi.
Are you raising money right now? Where are you going to get that 1.5 million from?
In the last 7 years, I have significantly saved a decent amount of money that I'm going to use to bootstrap the company versus raising money, because raising money is not just getting money. I'm probably going to be very careful because I want to get partners involved who help me contribute to the growth of this company versus investing money, I would say.
So this is interesting. I'm interested in this, and I'll tell you why. It depends on your tech stack. I'm doing a lot of research in this space right now. A lot of people just buy Clearbit data and full contact data. There's nothing really proprietary about what they do. But there are very large venture capital firms and the largest private equity firms paying me a lot of money for my database at getlatka.com, which is basically B2B SaaS revenue numbers, things like that. And they're going, Nathan, you should really invest here. You're the only one with revenue numbers and customer count numbers, but you should build out other things that Mattermark and DataFox and PitchBook have. And a lot of them, like PitchBook, I know, uses a massive team over in India to basically scrape the web. They have some AI and they pay for other data sources. I'd love to talk to you about doing some kind of JV in the United States.
That's a very tricky question. I mean, and that's a very good one. Yes, I know there's a lot of noise out there in this space, and I don't know. Based on my past experience of raising money from friends and family and losing 7% of the company to them, I realized that, and then of course reading about past experiences from different companies who've raised money, I think it's a very tricky one because um, when you raise money, not only losing the company, you're actually losing your.
Yeah, no, man, sorry. I wasn't saying you should raise capital. I was saying I'm interested in potentially partnering with you and launching something like this in the US.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Absolutely, that sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a wonderful opportunity, but we have to look at the downside or maybe the cons first versus launching something in partnership in the US because I don't know. We have to look at multiple sides of this
Well, why do you
entire
feel like you need a partner at all in
idea.
the US? Why not just do it yourself? Why work with me at all?
That's because there's a financial side attached to Karachi or even Dubai. When we talk about the financial side, let's say the biggest challenge that I've faced in the past is, let's say if I call up a big company for working with us and I tell them that, hey guys, I'm based in Karachi, Pakistan, and I have a front office in Dubai, I immediately lose customers because there's a trust deficit. The media perception about Pakistan is totally different than in the US. And generally, big companies, enterprise customers are more comfortable sending money or working with companies that are more physically based in the US. So that's the challenge, and that's where I want to address this issue.
Yeah, no, man, that's what I'm saying. We could potentially do something special together. I have enterprises paying me in the ranges of millions of dollars for different kinds of contracts I'm signing right now. This is a space that I'm definitely going to get into. The reason it's opportunistic, I'm talking to you is, first thing, I look to try and partner with a company. And I like you and you follow me, so that makes me feel good, right? But if I can't find a partner to partner with, I'll build it myself or I'll just buy a company. This space is very crowded. There's a lot of companies in the space. So as you look for a way to go into the US market, you know a bit about me because you listen and, you've said you've listened. How would we work together? I mean, where would I bring the most value, do you believe?
In bringing in new customers, managing relationships with existing customers, there's one side where I lag behind is the financial side of the company in terms of you know calculating the cost of acquisition per customer or managing the entire finance, or even at times I remember when I was just alone all by myself managing a team of 10 researchers, and when I was managing the finances, I used to forget invoicing my customers. So I can say that I've lost up to $10,000 to $20,000 just to customers because I forgot to invoice them. So
How
that's
much,
one of those
by the way, over
areas.
the last 12 months, how much total revenue have you done?
Over the last 12 months, we have done, I can tell you from January 2017 to November, it has been $790,000 thus far.
Yep, that
So
sounds.
that's current this year till November.
And are you cash flow positive or no? Or are you losing money?
Oh, no, we're cash flow positive. We're not losing money. To date, in the last 7 years, I've always been positive in terms of profits and making profits.
Well, Noman, we should definitely chat more kind of after this podcast. I'm interested in this space and you have some good traction that you built over the past 5-6 years. So that'll be good. In the meantime, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Be obsessed or be average.
Be obsessed or be average. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Yes, I follow Satya Nadella from Microsoft and Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook.
Number 3, besides your own, what's your favorite online tool?
Gmail, Google. I use it for everything almost.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
9 to 9.5 hours every night.
And what's your situation? Married, single? Do you have kids?
Oh, I'm married. I have 2 kids.
And how old are you?
I am 31.
31. Last question, Noman. Take us back 11 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
If I could turn back time, I would probably go back and travel much more than I do right now, what I've done in the past.
There you guys have it from Noman. He would have traveled more. Launched his company many years ago in 2011, since renamed it Cloudlead. He's got a team of 68 between Pakistan and Dubai. They're helping over 40 customers, paying about $2,000 a month. So they're doing about 80 grand per month in December 2017 in revenue. About a year ago in December 2016, they were only at 40 grand. So good growth. Fully weighted CAC is around $2,000. Healthy economics, looking to expand into the US soon. And he recently sold about 7% of the company for 150 grand, actually near the start of the company, looking to scale now. Noman, thank you for taking us to the top.
Welcome. Thank you, Nathan, for having me on this podcast.